Wow, what a Monday morning. While we were all waiting for the IPL to resume, Virat Kohli has said that after 123 test matches and the best part of 14 years as an active international test cricketer, one of the greats of his time, he said, that's it, signing off, cap number 269. Anil Kumble, a great, of course, in his own right, to first react to it. Does it take you by surprise, Anil, that Kohli has called it time on his test career?
Yeah, it's actually a huge surprise because two outstanding players, great players, retiring, just on the back of what, a few days. Uh, yeah, I didn't see it coming. Yeah, surely I didn't see it coming. It certainly caught me off guard. I thought he still has a couple of few more years left in him, especially at the test level. And he's playing only the ODI format now. He's retired from T20 format. So a bit of a surprise that it's come. It's come now. Obviously, no player leaves with any regret. I'm sure he would have thought through this, and ultimately it's the player's call. And we may want to see the player for a longer time on the field, but I guess it's something that he's decided, and he's decided to move on.
Yeah, I mean, now that you brought in the Rohit point as well, I mean, I guess when we were talking about it, I think it's fair to say there was an understandability of it as far as the life left in Rohit's test career goes. There could have been an argument made on whether he does make the next test squad to England, given how things went down in Australia. But knowing what you do know of Virat Kohli, I always thought he'll announce it. There'll be a farewell series. There might be an occasion for fans to come. And I'm just trying to think of whatever you know about him, what might have precipitated this decision to take away from that aspect. With showman that he was for so many years, and superstar that he was, and this seems to be like quite a quiet exit by
Yeah,
Kohli's own fans.
it's a very quiet exit. I mean, this is something that I certainly feel that every player deserves to leave, yes, on his terms, but I think on the field. Even we spoke about this when Ashwin retired as well. Right in the middle of the series, he just announced his retirement and came back. And right now, I mean, Rohit Sharma a few days ago, and then Virat. I think all three of them certainly deserved a proper send off on the field, and that's something that I strongly believe that people who matter need to sort of address that. It's yes, I know it's the social media age, and it's the yes, the fans want to be there. I'm sure there have been plenty of fans who would have want to come and have a roaring send off. I think that's something that I certainly feel should be done. However, like I mentioned, as a player, you sort of weigh all the options, in terms of your time, in terms of how you feel as a player, in terms of your preparedness, and how much time you sort of want to push yourself. How's the body reacting to it? Because I know he's probably one of the fittest cricketers that we have seen play for India. However, what we see inside, they could be niggles that you may have, and how much are you willing to sort of push through all of this? Probably all these factors come into your head when you make those decisions, and I'm sure Virat would have weighed all those options and then said, that's it.
From the point you make right now, if you were in that position of a head coach or chief selector who would have had to, of course, have a conversation with Kohli at the back of Rohit Sharma already retiring, we're talking about a tough overseas test assignment, start of a new cycle. Would you have wanted to convince him to play one more? This is an important series. Your experience will count. You certainly felt like he had a role to play in England.
Absolutely, not just England. I think in terms of his leadership as well. Rohit has already left the scene. He's no longer captain. He's retired from that format. He was captain for a while, and then Virat, after sort of he had a long stint as well. I mean, he's probably the most in terms of stats, most
Most successful.
accomplished captain for India, and that way you would have want one of these guys to be around, because England is going to be tough. It's a 5-test series, and it's not been easy to sort of go there and then win test matches. Although the English side of what we know from the past to now is not necessarily the same English bowling attack, but even then, you would expect the experience and the leadership of someone like Virat. So I would have certainly, I'm sure the selectors would have probably, it also came as a surprise to them. I don't know. I don't know the conversations between the selectors and Virat. So yeah, I'm sure the selectors would have looked to persuade him. I read reports a couple of days ago that the people are trying to sort of, or there at least there was a rumor that he would retire, but this came certainly as a surprise. That I'm sure he would have thought through this. When a player has made up his mind, I guess it gets a bit difficult for anyone to convince.